All right, let's talk about frustration. That's another biggie, that's huge in the stress arena. When you're frustrated, it's because you want something else. It's something like it's a driving force that wants to move you forward, but it's like you're stopped in some way. You're sitting there, maybe you don't know where to go, maybe you don't know the direction to point yourself in, maybe you don't feel you have the possibility of getting there, so this frustration builds up and up and up until it becomes anger, until it becomes distress, until it becomes something else. The thing is, you don't want to let it do that. You want to take it the moment it shows up, and you want to start to do something with it. You want to start to put yourself on the pathway to potential. So let's actually work through how you would do that. So you know the feeling of frustration? It's kind of like it's kind of like a jiggly tension, a rolling around feeling of, it's not a good feeling, I have to say. I don't think frustration, most people, I don't know anybody who would probably say that's a good feeling. And yet, it may be that it's you pushing yourself forward each time it comes up. The energy builds because you're still pushing yourself forward to take the steps that you need to take with it. So the first thing you want to do when you feel the feelings of frustration, take a breath. And I want to say relax a little bit. I don't mean let the frustration go, but just kind of relax into it a bit more. So the energy's still there. It's kind of here probably. That's why I think most people feel frustration around this area. Maybe a little bit up here too. But you kind of want to relax into it. Okay? Now, take that energy of frustration, kind of breathe it. Breathe it up. Breathe it into every cell of you. Right now it's in the core of you. Breathe it into every cell of you. So like this is an opposite direction to what most people would guide you to. Infuse it into every cell of you. And even let it slip through into the outside of you. Let it float around through you. So it's becoming a part of you. It's becoming part of your life, part of your potential, part of your way forward. So you're kind of making friends with it. You're getting okay with it. Now it's still there. It's probably still rolling around here in the core. That's okay. Just let that be. Okay, now you want to say to yourself, what is this pointing me to? What's the potential this is for? Now just take a minute in that space and ask, what is this pointing me to? What is this for? And let the answer just come to you. You won't get the answer from your head. So you're not thinking about it. This is a little bit more feeling based. I suppose you could use the term intuitive. But I'm going to call it a sense of knowing, because I think that's a good term for it. You know when you know something, it just kind of slips into your awareness and slides up into your thinking. So let your knowing tell you what this frustration is for. Let it surprise you with an answer you don't know already, something you haven't thought of yet. And yet, it may also be the most obvious thing in the world. And you feel that knowing just slip into place. And you know how I know when I've got the right thing, the right perspective? Something in me goes, oh, or aha, I get it. It's like, oh yes. It's like you get this, it's like something slips into place. It's kind of like this. Everything lines up right. The flow in you starts to flow right, and you can feel that the frustration is no longer here boiling away. It's now flowing all through you in an aligned fashion. You've just reoriented yourself to what it's for, to its potential, to your next move forward. Okay, so now you've got what it's for. Now from the same space, you're still in the same energy. Again, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Be with the energy, make friends with it. Be with the feeling, make friends with it. Be with the potential and make friends with it. And now say to yourself, what one thing could I do right now that would move me forward towards that? And again, let the answer slip into you from your knowing. And you feel when you get that answer, again it will go, yes, yes, I want to do that. Now, it is possible that you might also think, yes, I'd like to do that, but, but I can't because. If you think, but I can't because, you will kick-start the energy again into frustration down here. Because what you just did was put a boundary on the potential being actualized. So what you want to do is take that but I can't because thought, set it to one side. Okay, because if you got your attention on that, you've now recreated the frustration again, so set it to one side. Assume that you're putting it outside the door. And you're just going to let it sit there. You can pick it back up later. I'm not saying not to have that thought. I'm just saying for this moment, it's not useful. In this experiment, in this exercise, it's not useful. Okay, so you set that, but I can't because, to one side. And then I want you to open up to possibilities that you haven't thought of yet. So this is where you get creative with this exercise.